90% of your thoughts upon waking are from the past. Only 10% is spent on futuristic thinking. Today, you will embark on the most amazing journey of your life. Welcome to the world of neuroplasticity.
It's one thing to be alive, but it's another thing to live. How many of us are actually living in the day that we're in? And how many of us are living in yesterday and days prior? For some of you, you're still there. You've never left. You've been there for years, decades. Yes, you are alive. But because you have not engaged with the day that you're in, you are not present. Listen to me. You want to know what it's like to live? Forgive your past, acknowledge it, and move on. It happened. You cannot change what happened, but you can change your future. Too much time has gone by. Stop delaying your future. The time is now.
Exploring the nature of whole body medicine is a vital aspect of holism.
The way God designed us, each gift work together for each other. That's what holds the body together.
The Bible teaches us that we are whole beings. So what then if we experience division?
Divided we fall. We absolutely need each other.
The quantum Dr. Amit Goswami once said that God is consciousness, and consciousness is the ground of all being, for which matter or material are just possibilities for consciousness to choose from.
What you perceive becomes your reality.
God is not bound by time, matter, or space. The Bible teaches us to walk in the Spirit and not the flesh. Couldn't it be that the Spirit has his own senses?
Jesus knew what was beyond the cross. He knew that if he died, that we would experience possibilities.
If this is the case, are not our possibilities infinite too? What about the Spirit? How far does the possibilities reach? Or does it ever stop?
Our minds are so small. We can't get what God is trying to get us to see.
We're limited here on earth. But if we walk in the Spirit, what limits us then?
I only wish for 1 second we can just stop this logic and just think of what God is saying in his word and make that your truth.
When you consider the whole body, you transcend beyond your 5 senses. The brain is a fascinating environment, but the way it works is sure to blow your mind. Life can be stressful. Stressors of life can impact your day, your mind, the people around you, and the way you respond to circumstances. But what is stress? And how does it play a role in shaping our reality?
There's infinite data being transmitted into our brains every single nanosecond. Everything that we respond to, everything that we see, everything that we talk about is transmitted into data.
And with this data, our brains seek to attach a neuron to create a relationship with your thoughts. Follow me into a world of infinite information being transmitted daily by your own thoughts. Welcome to the world of neuroplasticity. Some of us have this notion that our minds are playing tricks on us. But are they tricks? Or are they simple thoughts trying to create a reality that you want? Maybe you don't want this reality. Maybe it's not something you want to exist. But does that take away from the fact that you truly believe it? Or at least, your mind does. Neuroplasticity has to do with your epigenetics, or how you respond to your environment. The stimuli that stimulates your thought process to think or adapt a certain way. Sometimes life can throw us a wrench, and instead of screwing in the loose bolt, we tear the whole fixture apart. But what does God say about your mind and how to adapt to your thoughts, ones that truly impact your environment? Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Only then will you'll understand.
The mind is a terrible thing to waste. But what makes it so terrible? The fact that you can lose out on so many possibilities if your choice is to drown. No, pick yourself up. Open up your mind. Find ways. There's infinite possibilities out there, and you're limiting yourself by what you see.
This is a fallen world, but God never intended for you to stay down. Let's face it, your situations may not change, but you can. Many people question, how do you see through the Spirit's eyes? What does that look like? And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. The divine blueprint for our bodies was complex. It was intentional. God knew what he was doing when he created us. Most people think that the nucleus is the brain of the cell, when the cell wall is actually the brain of the cell. Think of it this way: the brain receives signals from an external source, your environment. Your cell wall, just like your skin, is the first line of defense from the outside world. This is epigenetics. This is how a protein is created based on the stimuli, your perception of your environment. Now this protein is given a meaning. It attaches to your DNA. It replicates and ultimately becomes who you are. Our eyes are like cameras. They take pictures of our situations, they store them, and now we have to be careful how we internalize it. The next time you decide to allow something to pour into you, remember that your stomach isn't the only place that has a digestive system. Your brain and your heart does too. So I'll ask you again, what is stress? Stress is simply a choice. And what you choose will challenge your choice. Remember, it's not the water that surrounds the ship that sinks the vessel. It's the water that you allow to get into the ship that sinks it. I'm Dr. Ken. Thank you for joining.
Viewer disclaimer. All content displayed is for educational purposes only and is not intended as a prescription. Please consult with your physician before making any changes to your regimen or lifestyle. Thank you. It feels like a disease.
I try not to think about it, but I have to look at myself, and it reminds me that I'm not there yet. I eat healthy, I work out time to time, but my life is so busy.
Noticeable fat, yet difficult to access. A longing for nutritious food, yet temptation lurks everywhere. Actions taken to achieve health. but work requirements are very demanding. Family matters, but I often trade my time for theirs.
Dr. Ken, can you help me?
Yeah, but seek first the kingdom of heaven.
But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you. Matthew 6:33.
Can I encourage you? You were not meant to do this alone. Losing weight can be complicated, but it's not impossible. Come with me. Let me take you on the journey.
God, I worked really, really hard this week. Are you kidding me? This scale has got to be broken.
After you've consumed your meal, it may leave the outside world behind. But inside, it has embarked on a whole new journey. Fat or lipids have a tendency to store itself. However, this is true only when metabolism is operating at a low demand. But then, when physical exercise is introduced, metabolic activity rises, requiring energy to develop the muscles. At this point, fat is shifted from being stored in the tissue to being transformed into glycogen, which serves as energy for the muscles.
Glycogen serves as the primary energy source for muscles. When your muscles exert more effort than your appetite can manage, the fat that would usually be stored gets transferred into glycogen and is immediately used by the muscles to promote growth. So my question now is, how much fat is being converted into glycogen versus the amount being stored? But there's an effective way of doing this. If you consume more energy than you use, you will gain weight. Vice versa, if you use more energy than you consume, you will lose it.
The scale has long been a source of both affection and frustration for many individuals. The loss of just 1 pound after much effort to lose weight can sometimes lead to feelings of sadness or distress.
This is 1 pound of fat. So the next time you say, oh, I just lost 1 pound, think of this being here.